All right, the 13th of June. Thank you so much for making time for the bottom line tonight. My name is Brian Amwai. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Josephine Owuko. Now we have a detailed bulletin also just to take you through what is expected when it comes to this Finance Bill 2023 and the budget process here on the bottom line KE. All right, these are the top stories tonight. On the bottom line tonight, Finance Bill 2023 tabled in Parliament for the second reading ahead of President Ruto's first budget on Thursday. Also tonight, President William Ruto calls opposition selfish individuals for criticizing the Finance Bill. And Kenyans to wait longer for fuel prices to come down as Energy CS David Chirchir says strategies are in place. All right, now remember you can be part of the program by engaging us on our socials. That is at Amwai Brian on Twitter, at Lookuptv. The hashtag we are using tonight is Lookup, or rather the bottom line KE. And we are also live on Facebook and on YouTube, where you can send your feedback and we'll be able to sample some of it as we continue with the program tonight. Tell us exactly where you are watching us from. Don't you think? What are your thoughts on the Finance Bill 2023 as we edge closer to the reading of the budget? Oh, this is supposed to be happening this particular week because at the end of the month, we'll be having the end of this financial year and the beginning of another. That means that this particular budget needs to be effective starting July 1st. Now, let's start with some updates when it comes to the Shakahola massacre. Now, detectives conducting exhumation in Shakahola forest exhumed 19 more bodies on Tuesday. Now, this is the most since the third phase began, bringing the death toll from the starvation cult to 303. Now, no rescues were made on Tuesday as the third phase of staking out mass graves in Shakahola forest entered its second week. Now, while starvation appears to be the leading cause of death, autopsies conducted by the government revealed that some of the victims, including children, were strangled, beaten or suffocated. Some 95 people have been rescued from the forest, while the number of those reported missing was 613. Now, according to police records, Shakahola updates according to police records, that's exactly what they have reported as the case is still in court, trying to figure out on what to do with the culprits. Also, just an issue that is actually a follow-up on the same is also in regards to the regulation of churches. We do understand that that particular hearing has been happening for the better part of this particular week. All right, now to matters Finance Bill. The proposed Finance Bill 2023 is currently being tabled at the National Assembly. This is after the Finance and Planning Committee finished scrutinizing the controversial bill. Let's now cross over to Parliament, where the proceedings are still ongoing.
The ayes have it.
Vote 2111, Auditor General.
I propose the question that a sum not exceeding 7,988,880,000 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2024 in respect of Vote 2111.
Program under Vote 2111, Audit Services.
I now propose the question that the programs under Vote 2111 as read out and the sums allocated in the schedule be approved. I put the question that the programs under Vote 2111 as read out and the sums allocated in the schedule be approved. As many as are of that opinion say aye. As many as are of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that a sum not exceeding Kenya shillings 7,988,880,000 be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2024 in respect of Vote 2111. As many as are of that opinion say aye.
Right, now that is the process that is currently ongoing, and we'll be bringing you the details of that particular bill and what they decide and whatever they get to debate on and agree on in terms of the clauses that have been very contentious here in the country as far as this bill is concerned. Still on matters finance bill. Now, as the finance bill is tabled in Parliament for the second reading today, President William Ruto, while in Kirinyaga County, championed for the bill, urging MPs to support the proposals. And as Ian Ketani now files, Ruto took a swipe at those opposing the bill, terming them as selfish individuals.
As the finance bill continues to elicit mixed reactions in the country after being tabled in the National Assembly for the second reading, President William Ruto has continued to drum up support for the bill ahead of voting by members of parliament.
Unasema tulipe hii ushuru ama tusilipe? Si tulipe. Ndio mtoto mwingine pia apate nafasi ya kupata ajira. Ndio tufanye mpango ya housing. Watoto wapate kazi. I'm asking those of us, and I am doing so respectfully, we must know that those of us who are employed today, we are paid by the taxes of those who are not employed. And it is our responsibility to make sacrifices so that we can create opportunity for those who do not have opportunity like us.
Ruto castigated legislators opposing the proposals, insisting that it would help turn around the economic situation in the country.
Hata hawa wenye wanajaribu kutupinga walikuwa wanasema tu juzi wanasupport hii mpango yote, lakini kwa sababu wanataka kuleta ukora ya upinzani ati wanaanza. Kwanza nilikuwa naona hata mwingine jana, mtu amechaguliwa, almost 70% ya watu wamemchagua wanaishi kwa slum, alafu yeye anapinga mpango ya slum upgrading. Si huyo ni mtu wazimu? How dishonest can you be as a leader?
Speaking in Kirinyaga County, the head of state defended his decision on the tax proposals while assuring Kenyans that his administration will not go on a borrowing spree.
Nyinyi mnataka tuendelee kukopa pesa, nchi yetu ikuje mwisho ikakuwa bankrupt. Tumekopa pesa in the last 8 years kutoka trilioni 4 sasa imefika trilioni 9. Saa hii Kenya iko mahali ambapo tusipochunga inaweza kuteleza. Mnataka tuendelee kukopa? Mumesema tuachane na kukopa? Wale wanasema tuachane na kukopa, nione kwa mkono. Sasa hiyo ni amri ya wananchi.
With the debate on the withdrawal of wealth as a devolved function from county governments to the national government gaining pace, Ruto assured county chiefs of his support in ensuring the function is fully devolved and functioning.
Najua kuna mjadala mkubwa Kenya. Kuna watu wanasema hii health function irudishwe kwa national government. Kuna wengine wanasema haijafanyika sijui namna hii. Kuna wengine wanasema namna hii. I want to assure the people of Kenya that the health function will be better managed, has been better managed by our counties. That is how it's going to be going forward. Sisi tunaunga mkono, mimi ninaunga mkono, serikali ya Kenya inaunga mkono kazi inayofanyika katika counties hasa kwa mambo ya afya.
Ian Ketani, Lookuptv.
Right now, thank you so much, Ian Ketani, for that particular report. We do want to take a little bit of get deep into that particular conversation in regards to this particular finance bill, and we are getting into the facts and figures tonight. Now, tonight we delve deep into the details of the finance bill and present you with the facts and figures that matter. Let's get started. Now, the Finance Committee on Tuesday tabled its report before the National Assembly, outlining several recommendations. Let's examine these recommendations and the implications they hold. First, we talk about the mandatory 3% housing levy contribution. The committee suggests establishing a legal framework to address concerns regarding fund collection and utilization. Moving on to the 16% VAT on petroleum products, the committee is considering reducing it to maintain the existing 8% deduction. Now, this could have a significant impact on the cost of fuel. Now, another recommendation relates to the mandatory 20% deposit of contested tax amounts before lodging an appeal. Now, the committee is contemplating scrapping this clause altogether. Now, the committee is also discussing repealing the clause that requires withholding tax to be paid to the Kenya Revenue Authority, KRA, within 24 hours. Okay, now the 15% digital tax for content creators, legislators are considering reducing this percentage to 5% or completely eliminating it. The finance bill is also touches on zero rating tax for manufacturing medicinal products and fertilizer. Now, the proposal suggests changing it to exemption for medicinal products and fertilizer. Now, regarding the proposed 7.5% income rent, there is a likelihood of an increase to a 10% or higher. This change could impact the rental market significantly. Also, this seeks to finance at this 3.6 trillion budget for the financial year 2023 and 2024. The committee, however, says a legal framework should be put in place first to establish how the funds will be collected and utilized. Now, moving on to the public opinion, a survey conducted by the Center for Physical Affairs, CFA, and Twaweza reveals that 75% of Kenyans express strong opposition to the Finance Bill 2023. In the survey, respondents also voiced dissatisfaction with the lack of citizen participation in shaping the finance bill. However, certain amendments in the finance bill were favored by Kenyans. Now, this include exempting LPG gas from VAT and reducing excise on bank money transfers from 20% to 15%. Additionally, respondents supported this lowering of excise duty on data bundles from 20% to 15% of the accessible value. Kenyans have also proposed various alternatives for revenue generation. Now, these are such as addressing the issue of corruption, reducing wastage in government, and broadening the tax base by simplifying tax laws. They also say transparency has been emphasized as a crucial factor in building trust between citizens and the government. All right. When it comes to matters facts and figures, that does it for this particular section and segment of facts and figures here on Lookuptv. All right. Now, we will also be getting you the details of this particular conversation as they happen in the country. Remember that we have members of parliament currently debating this particular bill as we continue to just get to understand whether they are going to agree on this. It has elicited quite a mixed reactions from different quarters. All right, now we want to take the next story. Energy CS Davis Chirchir now says the government needs more time to achieve the changes that will bring relief to the prices of petroleum products in the country. Now, speaking in Mombasa County during a session with the Parliamentary Committee on Energy, Chirchir said the system of using Kenyan currency to buy oil as compared to using the dollar currency should be given more time to be accepted by the majority and eliminate fear for businessmen in the international market, hence reduce the price of oil.
While Kenyans continue to grapple with the high cost of living in the country, Kenyans will continue to dig deeper into their pockets as fuel prices will not be coming down anytime soon. The government has attributed this to the high cost of importation, storage and distribution of oil.
Tumejaribu sasa hiyo G2G for 2 months. Na wale wanatupea mafuta kutoka international oil companies wameelewa kwamba risk haiko juu vile walikuwa wanafikiria. Ili kwamba kutoa LC iko na bei ya 0.4%. Alafu kuconfirm hii ni kusema kwamba the risk taker, ile benki inasema pengine KCB kama itapata shida kulipa, tutalipa on behalf of KCB. Inachukua another 0.7% of the cost. Sasa tunafikiri kwamba kwa sababu tumefanya kwa miezi 2 na tunaona vile pesa inakaa kwa account, they can see the security of their money. Itabidi to renegotiate that 0.7%. Pengine turudishe chini kiasi ama hata iletwe mpaka 0. That might save us another 1 shilling on the cost of petroleum per liter. So we are looking at those small things kidogo kidogo kujaza kibaba.
Additionally, the Cabinet Secretary has emphasized that there are plans to deal with the fee arising from oil ships delaying at the port, while aiming to use the Kenya pipeline oil barrels to create storage for surplus oil.
Hiyo mafuta kuchelewa kutolewa kwa meli na usikana na facilities ama tanki ile tuko nazo haitoshi. Sasa meli inafika, unajaribu kutoa yote, unabaki tanki zimejaa na mafuta yote haijatolewa. So meli inabidi meli ikae kidogo, na hiyo kukaa kidogo kwa regulations ya demurrage inabidi tulipe hiyo meli.
This comes at a time when Mwala MP Vincent Musyoka is pushing for strategies that will identify all the money that will be involved in the sector's project to help face the misuse of public funds and corruption. Juliet Chepkoech, Lookuptv.
Thank you, Juliet, for that report. Moving on, the government has urged counties to increase internal revenue among the counties to meet the financial deficits. Now, speaking during the Local Government Revenue Initiative, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has said the counties must be more robust in the collection of income, not only to increase the tax rates, but also to make organizations better working places. Audrey Cherotich with this particular story.
I'm pleased to open this Logri conference.
Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, speaking at the Local Government Revenue Initiative launch, urged the counties to increase their income, saying it is important for the counties to be robust in the collection of income and not just increasing the tax rate.
How do you make sure that you are not taxing investors out of your city? Because with excessive taxation, you can drive them out of town. And if you drive them out of town, you erode your own tax base.
Mudavadi has asked the counties to be responsible in observing the laws related to the sale of land.
Here we had the Ratings Act, then there are issues around the land rent, there are issues that, so many pieces of legislation that deal with land.
Mudavadi also saying in the previous years, the county governments had the ability to meet its financial obligations without depending on the central government.
The Local Government Act, which was governing our entities. And at that time, they were not drawing money from the national government. There was no revenue share. But the same county governments, local governments, were able to pay salaries.
Audrey Cherotich, Lookuptv.
All right, now to some good news tonight. World 5,000 meter and 1,500 meter record holder Faith Kipyegon was on Tuesday morning hosted by President William Ruto at State House, Nairobi. Now Kipyegon, who could not hide her joy, was awarded 5 million Kenya shillings and a house worth 6 million for breaking 2 world records. Now also awarded by the head of state was African 100-meter champion Ferdinando Manyala, who received 2 million Kenya shillings.
Oh, my dear. How are you? I'm good. You're so small.
Appreciated. I can say like that. To be back home and see this kind of reception is warm my heart. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Let me start saying thank you very much. I'm so happy and I lack what to say. I was not expecting this, but it's just like a surprise.
I also want to ask the ministry responsible for immigration that our sportsmen and women who excel should be given diplomatic passports and other national honors. I've also asked the ministry that the government of Kenya should review the reward scheme so that we can recognize and we can reward appropriately the men and women who attain excellence in our sports, in our arts, and in the creative economy. And going forward, we have decided as the government of Kenya that any Kenyan who participates in a world event and breaks a world record, unlike in the past when there was no recognition, going forward, for every world record broken by a Kenyan, the government of Kenya is going to award 5 million shillings. And we are going to start today with faith. She has won unbroken 2 world records in 1500 meters, as I said, in Florence, Italy, and in 5,000 meters in Paris, in France. The government of Kenya is going to award her a total of 5 million for one record, and we are going to give her a house worth 6 million for the other record.
Right, time to take a short break here on the Bottom Line KE. Don't go too far. Continue engaging us on our socials at Amoy Brian on Twitter, at Lookuptv. The hashtag is the Bottom Line KE. We are also live on Facebook and on YouTube, so be sure to send your feedback there, and we'll be able to sample some of it as we continue with the program tonight. All right, we do take that short break. We'll be back in a moment.
Usiwahi cheza na mboga yangu. Na unafuata nani? Usisikuone ukinifuata. Nimekwambia una shares kwa hii kuku. You got the roof, man.
Hebu kwanza rudi ndani ufresh hiyo choo na make sure umespray.
Juli, kwani wewe? Hii tumbo yako mimi najua inaweza ingiza kila kitu. Hata chuma nikishiaga nikupea, hata plastic najua utakula. Kwani leo kunaendaje? Kuna kitu sielewi.
Kabisa Mluya. Yaani umeamua kulala uchi.
Sasa kama hakuna ile nguo inanitosha, unataka nifanye aje?
Because you are fat.
Sasa ukiongelea mimi ati fat, na Julie tutasemaje?
Hi, and welcome to Tujenge Home. Your #1 show when it comes to all things architecture, real estate, property development, interior design. You get it right here on Tujenge Home. When the food is ready.
You want to serve them?
Dinner is served. Let's go. Let's go.
Mizizi Africa Homes is Kenya's fastest growing property development company. We offer home and investment solutions that are cost effective and of the highest quality. If you are an aspiring homeowner, look no further than Mizizi Africa Homes for the best competitive rates in town. Introducing our new project at Bustani ya Mizizi in Malindi, a prime property with close proximity to Malindi Town, Sandy Beach, international hotels and airport, private, public schools and hospitals, commercial area and police stations, fertile land, well drained with a perimeter fence all round, sufficient borehole and county water, electricity and man-made water harvesting dams for farming and fishing. Retire mapema bila pressure and grab yours today. An 8th acre at only 99K with ready title deeds. For installment payment, deposit 50%, balance in 6 months installment. Financing option available. Bustani ya Mizizi in Malindi. Mapema ndio best. For more information, contact us on 020-790-2215 or WhatsApp us on 0742-112-215. www.miziziafricahomes.com and email info@miziziafricahomes.com. Our offices are at Westlands, Watamu Court, Room 3, opposite Sarit Center. Mizizi Africa Homes. Together, building a solid foundation.
Are you a junior secondary school, a college, a TVET institution or a university and you want to advertise your intake? Book now and advertise with us today on both Lookuptv and all our digital platforms. Call us today on 011 0430 158, 011 0430 158, or email us on sales@lookuptv.co.ke.
Now, thank you so much for staying with us here on the program. Now, Jubilee Party faction affiliated to Yala MP Kanini Kega says the party has resolved to withdraw from the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition party. In a statement on Tuesday, acting SG Kanini Kega said the resolution was arrived at during the National Executive Committee held on June 6, 2023. Away from that, a day after President William Ruto agreed to climb down and lower the contentious housing levy from 3% to 1.5%, the move has elicited mixed reactions, with the government allied individuals saying the president listens to feedback. Our reporter Wairimu Kimani sought to find out what Kenyans make of that particular move.
Chair Molo MP Kimani Kuria, members of the National Assembly Finance and Planning Committee retreated in Naivasha, Nakuru County yesterday to review some of the proposals contained in the 2023 finance bill. This committee recommended the reduction of house levy from 3% to 1.5%. And today we embark on these streets of Nairobi to get the views and opinions of the Kenyans in regards to these recommendations.
Imepunguzwa kutoka 3% hadi 1.5% na nusu, ambao ni 1.5%. Naweza sema ya kwamba there's a relief, ina manufaa. Wakati ilikuwa 3%, kwa kusema kweli ilikuwa inafinyilia mno, lakini kwa sasa vile imepunguzwa hadi 1.5%, kuna relief.
The housing thing, let's look at it at a larger picture. The housing thing, I don't think it's adding up for me. What happens if I die? Who will follow up on it? What happens to those who have houses? I don't need a house. What happens to such a kind of a person? I'm not for it.
7 years ndio nipate nyumba. A one bedroom house goes at 1.6 million shillings. To assume ni ya government. Mtu wa chini ataona nyumba siku gani? Atachanga nyumba miaka ngapi? Si ataishi kwa nyumba 30-40 years na akufe. Aya, let's go back. These nyumba zenye NHC imebuild, are you sure ni watu wa chini wanaishi kwa hizo nyumba? How can someone in Kibera own that house, if I may ask? Si ndio una contribute 300, hajatosha hata simiti moja. Simiti moja ni 800. Unaona? The government has money. Okay? Wajenge nyumba zao, mwenye ataingia hapo rent yake ndio itakuwa mortgage.
Kama President Kibaki wakati alianza kujenga Kibera au kata watu misara, alicontribute ile pesa ilitoka kwa revenue ya constitution ya Kenya, alichua vile ataiweka akajenga. If you go to current government, they spend 3 trillion for expenditures. That money is enough ya kuchengea watu manyumba na hata things. Today utapata watu wanasukuma ndio watachukua hizo matenda, watasupply kila kitu paka mchanga, raw materials kwa mafamilia zao au kwa close friends. So hii ni njia moja ama ingine ya kufunika Wakenya macho na kutuibia.
Tumejenga manyumba, hata saa hii naweza kukuonyesha, nilikuwa naangalia tu nyumba yangu ya kule mashambani, kule Nyandarua na kule Molo na pia hapa Nairobi. Mimi narudi na katwa 3% nijengee nyumba gani? That one is the problem now. It has now been reduced to 1.5%. Mimi mwenyewe hata sijaiona, hata kama imereduciwa to maybe 1% or whatever, ni kwamba Kwa nini waweke huo ushuru kama hawajaelewana na mwenye kutozwa ushuru?
Kila mtu tuko na nyumba hapa Kenya. Ile Kenya wangetufanyia waturudishe mafuta chini. Itoke kwa 16% ikuje kwa 4%, itasaidia mwananchi wa.
Those are some of the views and opinions of Kenyans, with many actually showing dissatisfaction of the bill and actually imposing a question of who is the real beneficiary of this agenda. Weri Mukimani, Lookuptv, Nairobi.
The appointment of Noordin Haji as the Director of the Department of Investigation in NIS has been officially approved by the National Assembly. Now, the appointment has received the support of the members of Parliament of both parties. Noordin Haji being named as a leader with sufficient experience in running the investigation docket.
Mr. Speaker, I want to say from the outset that I have no objection to this appointment. And I would just really want to urge the incoming DG of NIS to live true to the oath of office that he will be taking, and to ensure that indeed he gives priority to the security of the nation. Mr. Speaker, we have had in the past serious incidents of terrorism in this country. And I must commend the outgoing DG, Mr. Kamweru, that under very, very difficult circumstances, he was at least able to rein in rampant terrorism or terrorist acts within our country.
Asante sana. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika, na mimi naunga mkono kuteuliwa kwa Noordin Haji katika kitengo cha huduma ya ujasusi wa kitaifa. Na namunga mkono kwa sababu tajriba ya kielimu amefuzu, na pia uzoefu na uweledi wa mambo ya usalama na ujasusi ameweza kufuzu, na amefanya kazi katika vitengo tofauti tofauti. Tunajua yeye atatuwezesha haswa pia kupunguza misimamo mikali ile tunasema extremism, mambo yale tunazungumzia ya Al-Shabaab. Tunajua yeye katika mambo ya ujasusi ameweza kufuzu, na pia hana dosari katika mambo ya uongozi na uadilifu. Vile vile pia hajawahi kuhukumiwa katika shutuma yoyote ya kijinai ama pia katika mambo ya uhalifu. Tunajua anaweza na ana tajriba ya kuweza kuongoza taifa la Kenya katika mambo ya usalama na ujasusi, kutupatia.
Your time is up. Now move to reply.
How many minutes, Honorable Speaker? Honorable Speaker, from honorable colleagues, there is a lot of attention, and for the first time, almost 100% consensus on the person of Noordin Haji. I want to appreciate my members, honorable colleagues, for such a good job. I want to also, at the same breath, thank the former DG, the exiting one, Kameru, Major General, for a good job that he did when he took the helm of NIS. With Noordin coming in, I just want to wish him all the best, and I beg to reply.
Its report on the vetting of a nominee for the appointment as Director General of the National Intelligence Service, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 6 June 2023, and pursuant to Section 7(3)(b) of the National Intelligence Service Act 2012, this House approves the appointment of Mr. Noordin Mohammed Haji, OGW CBS, as the Director General of the National Intelligence Service.
Now, farmers in Dumberi village, Kiambu County, are counting losses after the invasion of monkeys in their farms. The residents are now calling on the authorities to address the pressing matter, stating that they are unable to sustain their business. David Alex with this and more in our county roundup.
Farmers in Dumberi village, Kiambu County, are facing significant losses as their farms are being invaded by monkeys. The mischievous primates have migrated to the area due to their thriving crops and have ended up decimating farm produce, leaving a trail of destruction. The community is now urging the government to intervene and address the escalating issue.
Inakula mahindi, inakula mananazi, paipai,
inakula vitu mingi, inaharibu. Tunaomba tusaidiwe, isije ikamaliza mahindi ile tuko naye.
Kwa tukisumbuliwa na hawa monkeys. Na tunaona ya kwamba in the next few weeks hii mahindi itaanza kuwa tayari. Tumekuwa kwa njaa, tumetoka kwa njaa. Tulikuwa tunakufa kwa njaa juu ya jua. Sasa hatuwezi kukufa kwa njaa sababu ya monkeys.
Meanwhile, a 2 billion Kenya shilling project in Malindi, Kilifi County is in jeopardy as two investors fight over land ownership. The proposed project for a beach village that will include a shopping mall, apartments and a mosque had been touted as a game changer in the tourism resort town, but the investors claim they have been locked access to the land by another investor. In other news, DJ Brownskin has today sought a review of the orders and directions issued yesterday by a Milimani court through his lawyer Duncan Okach. The DJ wants the court not to base the matter as a public interest case, but instead focus on the law. Chief Magistrate Lucas Onyinya declined to hear the matter, citing his diary list was full for Tuesday, scheduling the matter for tomorrow. DJ Brownskin will continue to be in police custody.
So you can see where I'm heading to.
Yes.
So I hope tomorrow will not be too unfair to you.
No, we understand your position, Your Honor, and at least you've given us a hearing today, and we appreciate that. Maybe tomorrow morning, be okay, but
David Alex, Look Up TV.
Now let's get sporty tonight. Round 4 of the National Motocross